Hi guys, thank you for coming to my channel, Heavenly Star Tarot. I will be doing my fellow Aquarius today. This is going to be for the second part of April, so approximately April 16th to April 30th. I'm not sure if there's a 31st, but to be safe, let's say 30th, 2020, even though time is fluid, so that part doesn't even matter. Okay, so my Aquarius, this is going to be a general reading, but it should apply to Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Energies go back and forth. That means sometimes it's you and sometimes it's them. Cross watchers, I feel that for the most part the message is for you since you're the one that's watching, but it will not always resonate. And if you feel that you should reverse the roles, then reverse the roles, right? Okay, let's get started. My Aquarius, I hope you're having an awesome April so far. Okay, so here we go. I call love and light, angels, spirit, guides, higher self, all that is divine and heavenly. Please help me give my Aquarius the perfect message that is intended for them to receive, that will help them, guide them, show them on their true life purpose. Okay, what do we have? Five of Swords, huh? Yeah, something's going on with the communication in the second part of the month. I don't know about like exactly what planet is where and all this, the astrology part, but yeah, something like that's going on. Okay, so my Aquarius, I'm going to do my 9-card spread, 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the present, 3 cards for the future. I will use this deck right here. This is called the Vice Versa Tarot. I will clarify with the Rider deck and then give you an Oracle card towards the end to see if we can get some extra insight. Okay? Alrighty. Oh, and by the way, my Aquarius, I am still offering 25 minutes for 2222, and I still have not chosen the winners for the 5 free readings. I will be doing that shortly, and I would just notify you specifically, whoever you is. Okay? Now, overall, what I was feeling, not to alarm you, okay, but some of you guys at this point might be feeling like you might be hitting rock bottom, but it's only temporary, and it's only a kind of a wake-up call. And just remember that there's no way to go from here but up, and wondrous things are about to happen to you. And some of you guys might be thinking about education, like going back to school. That was really coming through, like maybe with all this extra time that we all have at home. Well, not all, but a lot of us. Not me, because my job is online, but okay, different story. So they want you to know that life is filled with lessons. And this is actually came out as part of the Map Enchanted Oracle card. The education card came out. So they want you to know maybe now is a good time to go back to school. Ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course study that you can more clearly understand and help you in this next path. See which action would be the bestest for you. So maybe for some of you it might have to do with, mastering a skill or going back to school. Something like this. Okay. Now, your first 3 cards are going to deal with your recent past. This could be last year, last month, last second. It could deal with a person, a place, or a situation. So the first card is the 4 of Cups. Maybe that's why it's a good idea to, do something online or go to school. Some of you are bored. I don't blame you. So the 4 of Cups talks about not being satisfied, It does talk about the patterns though. That's why maybe some of you guys are dealing with some kind of temptation or overindulgence. Yeah, let's call it what it is. Maybe some kind of addiction. And you know, you could be addicted to everything, anything. Maybe you're addicted to a person. Maybe you're just watching too much Netflix, you know, drinking too much Coke, Coca-Cola, KK, whatever it is. It's the same thing, right? So it's like you're doing the same thing over and over and over again and then expecting a different result. It's not really going to work out, right? I don't want to go into the definition of that. You guys are Aquarius, you know what I'm talking about. But not settling and not expecting for things to always be the way you might think they're going to be. It's only temporary, my Aquas, let me tell you. It's only temporary. Soon you're going to get more, it's a roller coaster, especially for us, right? It's up and down. Like one day you're on top of the world, and one day, the next day, you're feeling like kind of they were saying, rock bottom. But it's only for the day. Before you act too hastily or talk, maybe get upset and tell somebody some stuff that maybe you didn't think about before they were said. You know, maybe sleep on it. Sleep on it. Now let's get 2 more cards. Yeah, here we go. Here's the devil. Oh, and don't mind my nails, because, you know, can't get my nails done anywhere. Everybody's closed. I'm about to start putting on some press-on leaves. Or maybe I'll go back to school and figure out how to do it myself. That's a good idea. Back to this. So you have the devil, which is also Capricorn energy. So some of you guys might be dealing with a Capricorn. It's this side and not the front side, which means that you're actually getting out of that energy. So whatever this feeling is, you needed to feel it to realize that that's enough. That's enough of whatever that is that some of you might be overindulging in. Or again, the person you might be constantly thinking about, where it's like, if I don't have them, I don't want anybody. Or cross watchers, you might be feeling this way about Aquarius, right? Like you don't want to move on until you know what's going on with them. And apparently that involves you watching the tarot for them, seeing what they up to, being nosy. But you know, I understand. I welcome you. So this is getting out of toxic situations, whether it has to do with codependency, whether it has to do with addictions, whether it has to do with you thinking a certain way, maybe tending to go back into that feeling of it's not going to happen, you know, that self-negative talk, a little bit of self-sabotage, right? What else was I going to say about that one? What were they saying about that? Give me 1 second. Illusions. Okay. So be careful what you wish for, because some of you might be dealing with illusions, might be in a little bit of a fantasy land, or your person is. In other words, don't overthink it. It's not what you think. Don't overthink it. It's not even close to as bad as you think it is or it's going to be. KK? All right. Capricorn. So it feels a lot of like it's time to face your demons, dealing maybe in that shadow stage, shadow mode for a second. Your next card is, what is this one? Is this a knight? I believe so. Or a page. I forget. I can't really remember these. Okay, I wanted to check real quickly. So this is a page. This is the Page of Rods. So some of you could be dealing with a fire sign, maybe a younger fire sign, or maybe they just act young, you know, a little bit immature, or they might think you're acting immature. Vice versa, either way. So fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but pages are messengers. They're offers. So in your recent past, maybe there was some kind of information that you received that might have made you feel or made you tempted to go back into something maybe you had already left or believed that you were done with, right? Others of you, this is more of inspiration. I feel like there's some news coming in that's going to help you see things more clearly, meaning what you should keep in your life and what you should let go of. This could be in regards to maybe waiting on a job offer or a message from your person, right? It's exciting. Exciting news. Could be a text, could be email, however this is. But it gives you more hope. It makes you feel excited. Like, okay, again, like I was saying, it's not as bad as I thought. So that's some good news. Now let's talk about your present energy. You have the Wheel of Fortune, a lovely. The back side, front side. I'm reading this as what it is. Good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. So underneath this Four of Cups. So that time that you're taking to yourself, or you know, that me time, that nothing else but but think time, is actually bringing up a lot of good things. Well, good and bad, but you're able to see which one you should focus on. Obviously, let's focus on the good and not the bad, right? So something is changing, something big, something major is coming up, and it's gonna make you feel. It's probably this news that's coming in. Is going to make you feel like you again. Like, I see this was only temporary. You know, things are moving forward. Things are going on. It's a destined event, karmic event. And you're going to feel like you are ready and you want to take some action. Do something about it. Something's going to really spark you to do something about whatever it is, your something is. And then you have the Two of Pentacles upright. Actually, I can't tell. So this is basically juggling underneath this Devil over here. So kind of how I was feeling the whole see what you're going to keep, what you're going to let go. For some of you, this is actually an environment, you know, a situation where maybe it's a work situation or a home situation. Something is just, you know, you feel that the energy is off. You feel that you probably shouldn't be there. It's not for your greatest good. It's not for your life purpose. You've outgrown it. You know, maybe at the time it was a coping mechanism, which was fine. But now you're weighing the pros and the cons, and it's like, are you spending too much on that realm as opposed to this newness coming in? Some of you guys might be trying to decide between two people. Some of you might be trying to decide between two jobs. That's a good one. And others of you are just trying to get some balance in your life. And it seems like whatever this extra is taking too much of your time. So to get balance back, you have to either, you know, slow it down, decrease it, taper off, or just let it go. And that will bring you balance. Others of you, this has to do with your money. You know, borrowing from here to pay over there. And something's got to give there. So it could have to do, this could be more of a addiction to shopping. I see like online shopping. Like, well, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me just, you know, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. And maybe that's what has to change. It's like, you know, I see where my money is going, and let me cut this credit card or whatever you got to do, right? But you're thinking, you're seeing things for what they are. Getting out of that denial stage that some of you might be in, or your person might be in. Your next card is the Emperor. It's the back of it, right? So this way, that is the Emperor, right? This way, it's like you being on top of your game, you being in control, you know. You just on your throne, watching apparently the jugglers here, watching the world, running your empire. In this way, it's the need to turn your back, apparently, on people that are very controlling and very demanding, very toxic, dominating, dominatrix. I don't know what that's about. Underneath this page of rods, sorry, I don't really get to use these cards that much, so I don't know them that well yet. So it seems like whatever this information is going to come in is going to make you see what you should focus on, what is your priorities should be, could be, need to be. And it's turning your back to people that are making you feel other than in control of your life, taking your power back for the most part. Somebody could be dealing with an Aries, possibly, but others, it's just whatever this energy is that you have been constantly, I guess, coming back to, whether you want to admit it or not, whether people know about it or not. It seems like there's a running back to it once in a while, right? So you need to turn your back to whatever that is. Some of you, it is someone that is very obsessed with you, or you could be obsessed with them, and it's like the passion is there, you know, the chemistry is there, the sexual part could be there. So it's like you could have not talked to this person in a while, but whenever they call, you know, even though you said that's enough, it's kind of like, well, let me see about just one night, you know, let me just talk. Let me see what they got to say. And then you might tend to fall back into that. Or the other way around, somebody could be addicted to you, my Aquarius, right? And they want commitment, but you are kind of like, you know what, let's just see how it goes. I'm not really ready to settle down right now, and I hope you understand it. Some of them don't. A lot of them don't. They don't understand the freedom that is required by Aquarius. Now let's talk about your near future. You have the Seven of Rods. And then here it's like, you know, standing up for yourself, being a bit guarded, not letting people apparently in your energy, defending yourself, defending your beliefs, your morals, again with that freedom, defending the fact that you need your freedom, your time, your space, like please back away, thank you very much. Right? And this way it's more of a letting go a little bit, like dropping them guards, maybe hearing them out. Or I see this more like family or friends that you might have detached from, or, you know, ghosted, and now they want to change, they want to, you know you again. And it's like whatever was fought over was pretty petty. Whoever's fault it was petty, and could have been a while now. So, you know, times are changing. So drop down your guards a little bit, let them explain a little bit, or vice versa, right? Cross watchers, let Aquarius tell you what the heck they were talking about before you just shut them off and accuse them of, you know, being aliens. Others of you could be dealing with someone that is just very defensive. There's a defensive energy here of constantly having to defend yourself, defend your actions. So much so that that's probably why you didn't talk to them anymore. It's like, how many times I gotta tell you I'm doing what I'm doing? Leave me alone. If you don't like it, you know where the door is. Underneath this Wheel of Fortune. So things are moving. This reconnection or this conversation is supposed to be happening in order for you to get your balance back in your life. So maybe a need to forgive. Again, doesn't mean you have to forget. Just sometimes it's more energy, more draining to hold on to that. Somebody is realizing this. Hopefully it's both. Your next card is the Eight of Cups. So this is basically somebody leaving something behind. leaving a person, leaving a place, situation, however this is. This situation was something that at some point was very, you know, there was emotions involved, there was feelings, there was love. It was satisfying. But after time, or whatever happened, that wasn't the case. So, sorry, I had to drink some water. So that was the case, right? So you're realizing that something has to give. You have to leave somebody behind, or maybe somebody left you behind. But it's in the pursuit of happiness. Like, this is the 8 cups. The 8 cups usually goes and finds, you know, the other 2 cups to make themselves full, filling up your own cups, making yourself happy, whether it's a different type of career, whether it's a different type of spiritual belief, or just going on to a journey of spirituality, a person, however this is, right? So it's underneath this 2 of Pentacles, which is basically saying that you're going to figure out what it is that you want to keep around, who you want to keep around, how you get your balance might actually does depend on you staying in that situation, doing the same thing and expecting different results. So something has to be let go. It's not doing anything for you anymore. There's no purpose to it. So you are off to find your purpose, a different purpose. Your true life soul purpose, hopefully, right? You want to come out like this? Okay, there you go. That would be the Hermit. You know what he does? He goes off and does some soul searching, looking for that light. Actually, he usually goes and follows the star. He usually goes and follows the star and goes towards destiny. What is my destiny? And he's looking right over here. For some of you, maybe you had already left the situation, a person, and now you might, after doing some soul searching and really thinking about things more clearly, there is something about conversations. Maybe you said something that you didn't really mean, and you know, Aquarius says we don't really like to apologize. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. So you might want to go back and maybe talk or explain what happened, or someone that left you might want to come back and explain their situation, because I feel like it was something done in haste, something done just spur of the moment, very unexpected, like a whole feeling of what was that about? Like, what did I do? Was it my fault? Right? You could be dealing with a Virgo as well, but this is that isolating, just going within, and maybe meditation, contemplation, going in the garden, however you get into that quiet mental space. We know it's very hard to be quiet in our mental space. Okay, so beneath the deck, you have the 5 of Cups. Okay, cool. So I like it like this. That means that you are getting out of that. For some of you that might be experiencing the night, dark night of the soul, or again, I told you about that roller coaster, right? Where you might tend to feel down or feel bad for yourself. Get over there. You're realizing that you have support, that things are not as bad as you thought. I think this is like a very an event that could have happened, or something where you thought you were going to get a certain result and the result didn't come in. So then it was like, some of you might have been like, you put all your eggs in that particular basket, and now it's like, well, now what? Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, because there's better, something much better for you. At the time you might not understand it, and I'm telling you now, right now, that if it doesn't go the way you exactly planned, it's because there's a bigger plan that God, your creator, universe, has for you. So don't fret. Don't fret. Now let's talk about this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, shuffle. You want me to shuffle? And that. Okay, got it. All right, so that was too many, but that was getting out of that feeling of being left out in the cold, so that's a good thing. Dang, too many. This one? Okay, there you go. There you go, my aquas. Hello. The Queen of Swords. This is your energy. So things are changing. They're going to change because you are going to be feeling back like the you that you like to be, right? The Queen of Swords, you could be dealing with another air sign, Aquarius like you, Libra or Gemini. Doesn't have to be a queen. It's the energy if you're not dealing with that particular other personality. So this is basically, you can't lie to this girl. The Queen of Swords can spot a lie a mile away. A mile away. And she's she are very good at detaching from the emotional sob stories and looks above it, right? Looks at the whole picture and is able to see who's lying, who's telling the truth, who they want to keep, who want to let go. And with this sword, they will cut out what is not resonating with them, what is not meant for their greatest good anymore. Some of you might have to seek a professional because, you know, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, this is actually somebody very intelligent, very smart, professional type where they got a lot of knowledge. So I don't know if this is like some kind of support person or a lawyer or a healer of some type. Maybe whatever this is necessary to get this ball rolling, to get this fortune moving, you know, cutting through the BS, basically. I also feel like something about government, maybe some kind of legality. Now let's talk about this Two of Pentacles. Okay, the Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Tower. All right, and it's underneath this devil over here. So the Tower is something unexpected, kind of like I was saying, shakes your ground. It's crumbling. Something is crumbling, has been crumbling. You've known about it. You've been juggling with this. And in order for things to move on, move forward, for you to go towards this new path, new destiny, you need to jump ship or throw somebody out. Just kidding. It's not building a solid foundation. It's not bringing you any happiness. It's not you. It's not bringing balance. It's actually taking you off that kilter. Off kilter, is that how you say it? The point is, avoid this disaster. Figure out what it is that you are going to be focusing on. Is it going to be your work? Is it going to be your home? How do you get a balance between both? Whatever this extraness is, can you get rid of it completely? Can you just do it less? Is it possible, feasible, all this? Avoiding that. And then you have, again, the Five of Cups upright, clarifying this Emperor over here. So, remember I told you this Emperor, it's like whatever that is that you feel that has control over you. You need to turn your back to it, right? Yes, it could be a person, something, it'll feel like a loss, you know, especially if you've been with them for a while. But you can't be in that energy. I mean, not forever. See it for what it is. It is what it is. It's not making you happy. There's nothing coming out of it. So turn your back to it. Get your power back. Turn around and look for these two cups. Whatever that other cup is for you, whatever is bringing you into an alignment, feeling happy. Content? No, very, very happy. Not just content. And then you have the Ten of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Seven of Rods over here. So it's some kind of guilt, some kind of regret, where somebody here, you or them, are unable to get over what happened before, what was said before, whatever difficult situation that is. It already happened. It's done. It's over, right? So some of you guys are going to choose to just completely let it go and others you need to talk about it. I mean, if it's somebody still has to be in your life, right? Okay, our time is running out. So we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying this Eight of Cups. There's no equal give and take. There's no gain that you're getting from whatever that is kind of holding you there. There's an inequality. There's a lot of draining of money, energy, mostly your energy, and I guess some money. Then you have the High Priestess in reverse, clarifying the Hermit, which is perfect. Whatever that was that you didn't know, and we talked about it in the last one, will be revealed. And it takes you to go into this, taking that time to yourself, that hermit mode, and really looking at things through a different lens, a different perspective. And the answer is within. I know people say that, but yeah, it is. It is. You are this High Priestess. You already have a relationship with your, higher self, your source, whatever this is. They've been trying to give you this information, telling you to take this power back. So understand that you already know what to do. If not, seek the help that you need online, however this is, research. Beneath the deck, you have the King of Swords in reverse. So this is possibly another air sign. Doesn't have to be. You have to detach. Cold turkey for some of you. And you know that that's the only way that you can stop whatever this back and forth is. This unhealthiness, toxic situation for some of you. Right? And there's some words. Okay, things are not the way they appear. It seems like there's conversation. Keep feeling conversation where there was a misunderstanding, and that needs to be talked about. Maybe that's why you had been, separated from whatever this is. Is very mad, very upset, and others of you, you're realizing that this person you can't talk to. So, be upset all you want. Everybody got a different thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you one more card. Bone Collector, and it's in reverse. Oops, sorry. Let's see what that is before my time run out. Come on, come on. Sorry. Okay, if my time runs out, my bad. The information you seek lies in your history. Familiarity, in this case, is an invitation to dance the old dance once again. Familiarity, in this case, isn't an invitation to dance the old dance once again. Instead, it is a call to retreat and choose differently. The Bone Collector has a message. If you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Her warning is delivered with kindness, for she has deep love and respect for you. She will protect you. Nice. There you go, my aquas. Hope that makes sense. Thank you. Bye.